Amelia, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm living the dream. What's going on?
Well, I'm just looking for some advice as to if it's time for me to start looking for a new job. I have been in my current company for 3 years. I work full-time remote, and I really like the work most days, the coworkers and whatnot. But over my time, there's been about 5 restructures. And sometimes there's layoffs, sometimes there's not. The most recent one was over the summer, which did result in layoffs. And I've really been struggling kind of since then just to feel really secure in my job. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, am I holding on to a sinking ship here? Am I ignoring red flags? Or should I stick it out? Will it get better?
Okay, so what we have to do is break down those questions. We have to look for facts, not feelings. And let me just say, I want to fully acknowledge your feelings of fear that are largely coming from the uncertainty because you've seen people get laid off. So let's acknowledge that that's real, okay? So what we then do is we dive into that and we go, okay, what are some other signs that the company may be struggling financially? What are some signs that the company could be maybe not struggling but could be vulnerable to a downturn in a recession? We've got to be able to see some real facts there. And if we can see some signs there, then we go, okay, my fear is protecting me here, and it is truly warning me something bad is happening or something bad is about to happen. Do you understand what I mean by let's get our feelings substantiated or removed, if you will, or right-sized, maybe is a better word, based on facts. So do you feel like you can do enough investigative work, or do you feel like you have done enough to be able to figure out either we as a company are struggling or we as a company are vulnerable? How do you feel about those two statements?
Yeah, I think that we are vulnerable. I know that we recently lost a partnership, so there will likely be more layoffs over the holidays.
All right. So you know what? Let me just jump in right now. I don't want you to be laid off during the holidays without a backup plan. I don't want you to be laid off, period. And neither one of us can predict what's going to happen, true or false.
True.
But we can be ready. So that's one thing. Are there any other signs, or are there any other issues that make you question whether or not you're just hanging on too long, besides the financial instability?
Yeah, well, there's a few things going on just personally that I want to feel secure in. So, for example, my husband will be getting out of the military in the next year, and we're also expecting our first child over the summer. So those are also factors that are kind of contributing to my thinking relating to my career. Yeah,
and let me ask you this. What if the alternate reality was true, which is the company was solid financially? There have been some layoffs and some stuff, and maybe you enjoyed some of the relationships there, but you don't know that you love it. But all signs were pointing to it was very stable and you would have your job for quite some time. Would you be calling?
Then I would stay, no doubt.
Okay. And so that's the ultimate question right there, and you just answered it. So I think because you would stay, no doubt, then I think that the opposite is true. Then you have to be looking, and let's go find something better. Don't settle. And I don't think you're going to do this, but we certainly don't wait until they push us out. We go ahead and we start looking, and we go, my time here is probably done. Meaning that when you go find something else that's better, short-term and long-term, and you tell them you're leaving, we see how they respond. And at that point, maybe you get a really clear picture, but you have all options in front of you. But if I know a storm is coming, I don't wait till the storm hits my house to prepare. And I think what you have to do right now is go, it's a really high chance that this storm is going to hit me. And I got 2 big personal changes happening, and I want to be stable and prepared for those 2 changes and not be affected at all by this potential change. I want to take this change out of the equation. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got this, Amelia. You can do it. Really proud of you for calling and honestly for acknowledging, while I don't want to change, I got to change, and I'm going to embrace that.